What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to this episode of On the Bench with Pete. Now, I'm getting close to completing my Escher gang, so I'm in the latter stages of it. Plus, I've also got a Sanguinary priest for my Blood Angels army that I want to do some work on as well. So this is the paint along series that you put on in the background whilst you do your hobbying stuff as well, your painting, your building, whatever it is you're doing, and we just talk about stuff. So if you want to hobby along, then that's fine. If you just want to pop me on in the background, that's fine too. So what you need is some brushes and models and glues and whatever it is you need to do your modelling. And let's just get to the bench, shall we? And here we are, my Sanguinary priest. He's all good to go. He's he's in my Citadel paint holder at the moment, and what I'm going to have to do first is reacquaint myself with what I've got going on here, because it's been a while. So I'll just pop him to one side for a moment. So I've got my Escher gang. It looks like I was doing hair. I'm thinking that's what I was doing. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to... Well, they've got different coloured hairs, you see. So I've got blues, oranges, which have had a wash on them by the looks of things, green, red. Put the oranges together, and there's a brown there as well. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is put some washes on these. Yeah. Now, do I go with the blue or some non-oil? I've got non-oil out, so does that mean I was using that last time? Yeah, that's a tricky one. What was I doing with it? So just looking at them. I think I'm going to put some Reichland Flesh Shade wash on the oranges, which is out as well. So that probably is indicative of what I was doing with it, or trying to do with it. Right, I'm going to grab myself blue paper towel. Right, Reichland Flesh Shade. So that's what I'm going to be using for these orange ones here. Okay, so yeah, I think we're getting going now. So how is everyone, and what have you got going on your hobby tables or benches or wherever it is you hobby, your painting stations? Let me know. I've been out today already. Now that the snow has cleared, because let's talk about that. Let's talk about the snow. We had a load of snow here in Plymouth, which cut us off from the outside world for a good 48 to maybe even 3 days. 48 to 72 hours. Yeah. Because supplies couldn't get through. Now we were told that we're going to get this blizzard, and it's like, like, yeah. And I was dubious of it being as bad as it was, because we never get snow in Plymouth. It just rains, So it was a bit of a novelty when it started coming down, Then it quickly got to the stage of, do you know what? I'm not enjoying this now, because it was a blizzard. We had an absolute blizzard. Do you know, I think I might need to get some more Reichland Flesh Shade. I'm going to pop. That's if I haven't got one in here already. Yeah, I've already got one. That's alright then. I think what I'll do with this work station is put the paints to one side that I'm getting low on. Okay, reds. I need a wash for them. I think Carabao Crimson will be fine. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, the snow looks like craziness. I went up to the shop on the first day when it started coming down, like my local shop, and it kind of hit me more on the way back. It became more like blizzard-like conditions. So I'm just shaking up this Carabao Crimson. Right. Yeah, it became more like a blizzard-like conditions. So it stung my face, I'll be honest, it stung me. I think I might have already had a Carabao Crimson on this one, but oh well. What about this one now? Yeah, so, and I thought, this is very blizzard-like. And it was laying fast, because it doesn't usually lay here when you get the odd flake. I don't call the odd flake snowing. And we have hail. We've had hail many times. Let's use some bile turn green for the greens. Yeah, so I thought, I phoned my wife at work to say, do you want to think about leaving early? She thought I was being silly. And she didn't. Well, she left, I think it was an hour early. And came home and thought she was being a bit daft. But by the next day, she couldn't get out. The ice and snow was that great. And she spent 2 days off work at home because it was so bad and treacherous. Heck, we tried to go to the shop, to walk to our local shop, but we made it barely by the skin of our teeth. It's just so treacherous, you know, the road was like an ice rink. We had to walk in the road, that's how bad it was. I think on some of these I put a second layer of wash on, but oh well, so be it. That's alright. Yeah, the rain now, it's really coming down in the rain, and I've got my heating up full to warm it up in here because I've got some videos I want to make, and yeah, I need it warmer. So it's not pleasant. I don't like the cold, although the heat affects my symptoms of my MS. Although it does that, I still prefer it. We're getting all sorts in here now. So I'm just dragging off nightshade on these. I think I'm going to do non-oil on these blues. And I'm almost out of this non-oil here. But I do have another pot, so that's alright. What was I going to say? So I've talked about the snow. It didn't last long, but it did. The thing with Plymouth is Plymouth comes to a standstill primarily because we're unprepared for snow, really, because we don't get it very often, but also because it's so hilly, and it makes for very dangerous driving. You have to be a bit crazy to be doing it, and we were warned. People were warned not to go out in it. So, they've only got their own stupidity to blame, really, for, if they had any accidents or whatever, because they were told not to. Unless you absolutely have to. There's no other way around it. I cracked Surfshape for the brown one, because I think that's kind of, the way forward. Yeah. I did something today. I picked something up. Because the snow's all gone now. That's where I was going originally. The snow is all gone. And so I was able to drive into town. To one of my local gaming shops. Hobby shop. We've actually got a few in Plymouth. We're very, very fortunate, really. We've got, let me see, we've got a Games Workshop. We've got, what are they called right next to it? Antics next to that. Games Inc., which is where I'm at today, and Chris's Crafts and Model Railways, because he does some more gaming scenery and stuff in there as well. So there are 4 shops to choose from that I know of. There may be more, but that's what I know of at the moment. I'm just going to push these back to dry and bring this chappy in. I think I need to do a bit more stone that he stood on, so I'm thinking Dawnstone. Yeah, so we'll use that. I'll need a smaller brush. No, kind of like a mini overbrush, I suppose. Oh, this one might do good. What is it? Major brushes 00. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, so I went in there and I picked up. I actually ordered. Well, I inquired online if they had a certain book that I was after, and it's a role-playing book because as you know, I'm into my role-playing as well, and we're trying to get a group. We got some people interested, but need more people interested. Anyway, that's another story. Call of Cthulhu. Because rather than rushing in with swords and guns and fists, it would be nice to have a role-playing game where you solve the problems with dialogue and discourse. That would be kind of a bit of a novelty, really, for us. And we're all of a older generation, and we've done role-playing before. And I've done a lot of role playing in my time, not just D&D. I've done all sorts. So I'm not exactly foreign to the idea of different concepts in a role playing game. Let's see. Pop some of this on here. Yeah, it's not completely foreign to me, or the other guys. Well, there's a couple who are new to role-playing in general, but I don't think they're the gung-ho type anyway. So, yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting anyway. And so I picked up the Keeper's rulebook, because obviously I want to be running the games. So, Lovecraft stuff, I love all that. Yeah, that's perfect. Dawnstone. Just right. Right, okay. There we go. So, what else can I do? I mean, 16 minutes on my timer here. I'll be shorter with, I cut bits out, beginning and whatnot though. So I'll say quarter of an hour. I've got some models to do for Cyberpunk and stuff, but I'm going to be saving them for my Hobby 1-to-1 series. One is a Minions. I forget the name of her, but she looks pretty cool. And see, these will be future on the bench escapades. There's bits sticking out on her head. That's not actually flash, that's her ears, her like elf-like ears. I don't know what she is, but there's hordes, model minions. And this dude here I picked up from eBay. I figure he'd be quite good for a cyberpunk setting. I'm still not 100% set on whether to have them on round bases or square. I just don't know. But there you go. I wonder if I could zoom out a bit, just a tad. There, you can see a little bit more. See a bit more of the action. So he's got like he's holding a cup, obviously, and I'm thinking, do I want Genna's gold? No, I might have to reach over. Yeah. Bit of Genna's gold there. I'll use one of my little mixing pots for this. I think that's what I'm going to highlight his gold with here. He's got another gold like cup thing hanging around his neck, but I think I want to do that a different gold. So just use this brush to grab what I need. Okay, we'll have a drop of retarder, and a couple drops of thinner. It's brilliant that you don't need much in the way of this. It really makes it last a long time. There we are. Okay. Now, I think we'll be good to go. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Now, the thing with doing characters for my role-playing games as figures is, well, like I just said, they're characters, so I will need to dedicate more time to them. Although I've come across not a hurdle or a problem as such, but a moment of interest. That's what my old karate sensei used to say. So we don't have problems in this dojo, we have moments of interest. Because anything can be worked out. And that is, what scale do I go for in the role playing? There's some really good figures in the Reaper Bones and Chronoscape series, but see, I think Reaper Bones is 28mm. Chronoscape I think is 25mm. Can I get away with, mix and match? And with other 28mm metal models, I don't know. I just don't know. See, I just don't know that. Right. I mean, I've seen some videos where people are using all sorts of different, not different scales as such, but they're on different bases, and it makes the heights look different, and some are on bases, some aren't, some are on square bases, some are on round bases, and some are just, one lump of metal, as it were. But yeah, I think it's worth paying attention to detail on them. I would like them to be the same, have some sort of running continuity. Throughout their state of collection. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, when I'm placing models on the table, I'd like them to be fairly consistent with each other. Another thing is, of course, what sort of era. Well, I'll cover all eras eventually, but to start with, I just don't know. I don't know. So yeah. My wife flies to Spain with her besties tomorrow. Hoping they're going to get some better weather than is forecast currently for them. Although it's better than it was forecast originally. It was just rain for the whole week, but at the moment it looks like they might get a couple of days of reprieve. Typical, go to Spain and get into the sun and it rains, See, if I was painting this as a load of them, I'd probably do this technique as a dry brush technique. Well, I'll do this as a dry brush rather than individual feathers, whatever. Yeah. I was going to do this guy as a tutorial, but since I've changed my camera angle and I like it, I don't want to have to change it back to the old way, so it needs like halfway through, so I just thought I'll stuff it. I'll just paint him. So, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it rains quite hard now, so you would never know it snowed at all in Plymouth now, although the shop's still playing catch up with their deliveries. There's still a little bit of a shortage in some areas of milk and stuff because everybody goes stupid at times like this. They go around buying all the milk, and that's just crazy. I said on my P&Q, they should, you could see why they had rationing during the war, just to stop all that stupidness. People don't need 30 pints of milk, they really don't. I mean, we wanted 4 pints, but we didn't need it, and if we didn't get it, we didn't get it, that was the way we fought. Because I drink my coffee black anyway. It's only when I have a normal cup of tea now and again I quite like to have that, but I can live without it because my other teas don't require milk. So yeah. Just this thing behind him. I've got to do his eye lens as well. So many little bits on these characters to do, And that's cool. I had to put my friend off coming around this weekend because, just to be on the safe side with the ice and whatever. But he's going to come around on Saturday, I believe. And we can catch up then with our current events. Last time we had such a good laugh. I laughed so hard it hurt. I was just laughing about days gone by, and we tend to do that. We're both nostalgic creatures. I don't know if that's a trait common in all adult males, I don't know, but it certainly is with us anyway. So yeah, there we go, that looks cool, I like that. Right, okay. Wash that one out. I think I could do with some lead belcher now in certain areas. Certainly on his eyepiece. Because if you can get some lead belch on his eye. Use the airbrush version because it really doesn't need any filling down as such, although I'm at the stage I'm going to pop a couple drops in and a retarder. Just to see if I can drag the life of this pot out a bit. So I'm just shaking it now. So about half an hour, give or take. So yeah, right. Islands. eye augmentations going on here. Yeah. I sent a message to Games Inc. earlier, or I wrote a reply on their Facebook page saying thank you for putting the book back for me. I picked it up, thank you very much, basically. I think I'll go lead belching on that cup as well. It was a decision I had to make. I'm making it now. So here we go. Just get that on there. I know I prefer this angle a lot better. Much better. Right. It's going to take me a while to read this Call of Cthulhu book anyway, because it's huge. Sometimes the rule books, they're a funny beast, really. There's a fine line between having a sense of wonder and a sense of dread at the size of a rule book. If it's too thin, you think there's not that much to it, it won't be that good of a game. And if it's too thick, you think, whoa, you get intimidated by it, you think, no, I'll find something easier. Fortunately, that's the way the way it seems to pan out. Quite sure that is on this top there. I think you can have a lead belcher strap here though, don't you? I think so. Yeah, holding this gun thing on his arm. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. I'm using a detail brush at the moment. I've got my character brush ready on standby, but I'm just using detail at the moment because it's going quite well. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with the way it's going, actually. So going back to Call of Cthulhu 7th edition, what I like about it that I've read so far is that it's backwards compatible, so I'll be able to play scenarios and things from other editions, which to me sounds like a good deal. It really does. works for me. I like that. Right. I think we'll do the whole shebang here. Don't know what these things are, whether they're targeting arrays or what they are really. Yeah, the thing about it though is at the end of the day, you don't need any miniatures to play a role-playing game, do you? You don't. I've played so many role-playing games without miniatures. And you never really had miniatures much in the old days anyway. The old days of D&D, you're lucky if you had one just to represent yourself, and that was it, you know. There we go. I think I'll do for that. Of course, I'll null oil them later on. Back to Balthazar Gold. I'll be having a sip of coffee. Yeah. You know, I'm liking the way he's coming out. Starting to look quite good. Oh, good. Oh. Gosh. I'll use this one. Bit of Balthazar Gold. I do recall seeing a couple of areas. I thought, Balthazar Gold. Yeah. One tiny drop of airbrush thinner. And that is all we need. Right. So it's got a bit of a quiller thing going on here. Okay. Bit difficult to see actually, but that's okay. Just trying to think what else has happened. Not much really. Not really. It's a message. They put some Balthazar Gold on these, this kind of rune thing here, whatever it is. Yeah, roll on summer, I say. Roll on summer. Because I'm fed up with winter. Spring and winter. at autumn here in Plymouth. It's all the same. Rain, 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 rain. One thing I'm looking forward to summer is using a bit less gas than electric. So gas, certainly. Right. Okay. That's not bad. It's not bad. I think quite good. I quite like that. I think I'll do that thing that is side grey. A grey. I'll choose a grey. Yeah. Kind of a grey. We'll go with this German field grey, shall we? Shaking it up. This is Vallejo. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I'm not going to bother watering it down, just use the dampness of the brush. And we'll be good to go. Pity these figures are not posable, you know, like constantly, so you can move the arm out of the way just to get to certain areas. Yeah, that's alright, I'm okay with that, that's good. That worked. Right, okay. That'll work for the colour of his blade here too. If I can just reach in with that. See, I have some Tyranids to work on. I want to be using grey. This is quite good as a sword. Quite like that. Got my hive, Swarmlord, whatever. This bone sword. I think I want to do that grey. Yeah. Right. Now for the other side. What are we on? 45 minutes according to my timekeeper there. And the rain is just pouring down. It's nice, really nice and warm in here now though, so I'm thankful for that. Should be turning off one of the buttons on the heater soon to turn it down, in fact, because it gets so warm out here. due to my incredibly well insulated studio. There we are. And I'll do the same on the other smaller blade. There. Almost done. Yeah, looking quite good. Like that. That's a good. Yeah, like that. Good look. Seen a couple places I missed. And there. Excellent. Yeah, he's coming on. He's really coming on. I like that. Yeah. That's German field grey, hey? So, sip of coffee. So where am I going to go next with Call of Cthulhu? Probably the Investigator's Handbook. I need to save up for that. I got a little bit of money for some work that I was owed. That's how I was able to get the Keeper's Handbook. So I'll be getting some money soon. Don't know when yet, but when I do, I'll probably look into getting the Investigator's Handbook. Okay, so I've got to do my wife's and the beastie's handguns too for Let's Rock Exeter. I was thinking about that. I mean, I've done some of the work, but a long ways to go yet. You know how it is. Funnily enough, that's Genner's gold as well. Yeah, not bad, that's not bad. Coming on quite a ways there. So we're at 50 minutes. Now, just wondering what else I could look to for the last few minutes. I think that's as far as I want to go on him today. Although, maybe do another layer of grey. find Stratum Grey. Yeah, Stratum Grey. We'll do that, and then I'll call it a day. That's not bad at all for an episode of On the Bench. Anyways, now where was that brush? There it is. So Stratum Grey would be the third grey in my stone effects. So I want to grab a new piece of blue towel. There we are. So this really is highlights now. I like doing stone effects. I think it's quite effective. Yeah. Paxetti White to probably be next, but not now. Stratum Grey. Yeah. Let's put that one back. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good for him, because I started off with the washes on the Asher gang. It's mostly highlights and whatnot now, and gun casings. Work on their faces, some of them a bit more. Some of these, yeah, just little things really. See, they're not terribly well off, but I want them quite fancy. Yeah. No, I'm happy with them. Right, okay. So I'm going to end it there. So, thank you very much for joining me on this episode of On the Bench with Pete. It's been a real blast, having fun with my Sanguinary priest. I have to say, he's super fun. Thank you for that. All I did manage to do is put a wash on the Eschers hair, but I want that to dry thoroughly before I move on. And it's fairly dry, but it's not properly dry yet, because I want to do highlights on them. So that's going to be tricky until it's thoroughly dry. But I'll wait for that. And yeah, so thanks once again. Remember, all brushes lead to war. And I'll see you on the next video. Ta-ta!